Hello everyone, I'm Tinggob Anak Muja of BB23110589. Want to present about research methodology of our assignment, which is the B40 or low-income student at University Malaysia Sabah face their challenges. For the background, higher education plays an important role in promoting social mobility and reducing poverty in Malaysia, particularly for students from low income, which is B40. Public universities provide opportunities for these students to improve their future economic prospects through education. However, students from disadvantaged backgrounds often enter university with limited financial resources, which may influence their overall learning experience. Universities have introduced various forms of financial and welfare assistance to support students in need, reflecting growing awareness of higher education. From this topic, we have a research problem, which is, despite this effort, many B40 students at University Malaysia Sabah continue to face poverty-related challenges that affect their academic, emotional, and social experiments. The extent to which existing support system address these challenges remain unclear, and students often rely on personal coping strategies to manage university demands. There is limited in-depth understanding on how this challenge support system and supervised strategy interact, creating a gap that the study seek to address. For our research methodology, we have three argue, which is the argue one is how do B40 students at University Malaysia Sabah experience poverty-related challenge while pursuing higher education. That's number one. Number two is how do B40 students perceive the influence of social support on their academic performance. So RQ number three is how do B40 students engage in survival strategies to negotiate the financial, academic, and emotional demands of university life.
In this study, the population refers to the entire group of individuals who shares common characteristics that are relevant to the research topic. The population represents the individual that the researcher aims to understand and draw conclusion about. So, the population consists of a student of University Malaysia Sabah that comes from B40 family. This includes students from different faculties, years of study, genders, and academic background. These students are considered the population because they experience of the difficulties while being a student in B40 family. Next is a sample of 20 to 25 B40 students is selected to participate in the study. The students are chosen from several faculties and different years of study to ensure that the sample reflects the diversity of the population. Next is data collection technique. In the study, data is collected using an open-ended questionnaire. An open-ended questionnaire consists of questions that allow respondents to provide answer in their own words rather than selecting from predetermined options. This technique enables the researcher to obtain more detailed and meaningful responses based on participants' personal experience and opinions. The questionnaire is administered through WhatsApp, a text message, which provides a convenient and accessible platform for communication with students. For research question 1, first rank order coding was conducted to explore how financial challenge affect the academic experience of B40 students at University Malaysia Sabah. From the interview extract, several recurring codes were identified. This includes financial stress and worry, where students frequently express anxiety about tuition fees and daily expenses, which affected their concentration during lectures. Food insecurity also emerged as a key code, as students reported skipping meals or choosing cheaper but less nutritious food to save money. Another important quote is transportation constraint, where high transportation costs limited students' attendance on campus. Limited academic resources were also evident as students struggled to afford reference book, printing, and internet access. Additionally, work-study conflict appeared when students had to balance part-time work with academic responsibilities, often leading to fatigue and reduced focus. Lastly, limited campus participation was identified as students were avoided social and academic activities that required extra expenses. Overall, this first rank code highlight how financial difficulties directly disrupt student learning process, well-being, and campus engagement. For research question 2, first rank order coding focus on how social support influence the academic motivation and performance of B40 students. The analysis identifies several key codes. Family emotional support was frequently mentioned, where the parents encourage students to continue studying despite financial hardship. Peer academic support also play a significant role, as friends help by sharing notes, explaining difficult subject, and providing emotional support. So another important code is lecturer support, where understanding lectures offered advice, guidance, and academic encouragement. This form of support contributed to motivation through support, helping students stay focused, positive, and persistent. In contrast, lack of support was also identified, with some students feeling isolated, stressed, and demotivated when support systems were absent. So this could show the social support function as both an emotional and academic resources that sustain student engagement and resilience. For research question 3, first rank order coding examine the coping strategies used by B40 students to manage financial and academic challenge. The findings reveal several key strategies. Financial management was a dominant code, where students plan their spending carefully and prioritize essential needs. So part-time employment also emerged as a survival strategy to cover daily expenses. Students also demonstrated emotional resilience, such as staying positive and reminding themselves of long-term goals. Personal sacrifice was evident when students limited social activities to focus on their studies, and support-based coping involved seeking encouragement from family and friends. Finally, time management and self-discipline help students to balance their academic demands with work and personal responsibilities. So this quote reflects student adaptive effort to survive and succeed despite ongoing constraints. Moving on to the thematic result for research question 1, the first rank code were grouped into a broader second rank themes. High tuition fees, housing costs, and limited learning resources were aggregated under the theme of heavy financial burden and resources scarcity. Issues such as skipping meals and eating inadequate food were categorized as severe dietary compromise or food insecurity. Social withdrawal and reduced participation in academic activities form the theme of social and academic exclusion. Meanwhile, constant worry about money, inability to concentrate, and mental fatigue were grouped under psychological and cognitive strain. This theme demonstrates that financial hardship affect B40 students not only economically but also physically, socially, and academically. For research question 2, the codes were organized into 3 main themes. The first theme, familial emotional anchoring, reflects how parental encouragement and emotional support provide strength and motivation. The second theme, peer collaborative support, highlight the role of friends in their resources, understanding difficult subject, and reducing stress. The third theme is institutional mentorship, captures the importance of lecturers who offers guidance, advice, and academic encouragement. Together, these themes emphasize that emotional, peer, and institutional support systems are crucial in sustaining motivation and academic persistence among B40 students. Finally, the finding for research question 3 revealed that B40 students adopt multiple coping strategies to survive university life. This includes strategic financial management through budgeting, prioritizing essential, and seeking part-time employment. Emotional coping strategies such as verbal sharing and spiritual practices help maintain psychological balance. Additionally, resilience and future-oriented mindset motivates students to persist despite continuous financial and academic pressure. Overall, students actively balance academic demands with survival needs, demonstrating adaptability, self-reliance, and determination. The finding for research question 1 indicate that financial pressure significantly affect B40 student academic experience. Basic needs such as food, accommodation, transportation, and study materials are often compromised. As a result, academic engagement is disrupted due to limited access to learning resources and reduced concentration caused by financial stress. Emotional well-being is also negatively affected, with students experiencing anxiety, stress, and feeling of exclusion. Furthermore, social participation is limited, reducing opportunities for campus involvement and personal development. For research question 2, the finding shows that family, peers, and institutional support play a critical role in helping B40 students cope with financial and academic challenge. Emotional and moral support from family and friends strengthen student motivation, resilience, and persistence in university life. While university assistance such as scholarship and welfare aid provide some relief, it is often limited or inconsistent. Peer network therefore act as key informal support system, particularly in sharing resources and emotional understanding. Finally, the finding for research question 3 revealed that B40 students adopt multiple coping strategies to survive university life. This includes strategic financial management through budgeting, prioritizing essential, and seeking part-time employment. Emotional coping strategies such as verbal sharing and spiritual practices help maintain psychological balance. Additionally, resilience and future-oriented mindset motivates students to persist despite continuous financial and academic pressure. Overall, students actively balance academic demands with survival needs, demonstrating adaptability, self-reliance, and determination.
For the 4.5 trustworthiness of study, we have a researcher's reflexibility, which is researchers reflect on their experience to help identify potential biases that could influence the research designs and data analysis. Number 2 is reflexive journal, which is enable researchers to investigate effects on data construction of study and increase the rigor of data interpretation. Number 3 is triangulation, which is a culture and examination of responses across participants from different academic background and different survival circumstances. And peer debriefing, we record a peer feedback and subsequent revision we recommended as a part of audit trail. And next, member checking, which is we enable modification in the result according to the respondent opinions. Feedback was kept as an audit record to promote conformability. Details documentation. Transcript from WhatsApp chat enhance the dependability and conformability of study. Next is transparency in reporting. All phases of conducting this study, from design to analysis, were clearly not in the document. So the recommendation of this topic or this research methodology, future researchers may involve a large and more diverse sample of B40 students from different faculties and years of study to gain broader insights into their experience. Researchers could also use mixed method by combining qualitative interview with quantitative data to strengthen the finding. So we have a more several or various of recommendation we can do to make better in future.
Overall, in this study shows that poverty has a significant impact on the academic experience and human capital development of B40 students at University Malaysia Sabah, not only in terms of financial limitation but also in their daily academic and personal lives. B40 students face various challenges such as high living costs, food insecurity, limited access to academic resources, transportation difficulties, and the need to work part-time. This challenge often lead to stress, reduced focus, and lower participation in campus activities, which can affect their academic performance and well-being. Despite of these difficulties, many B40 students demonstrate strong resilience and determination. Supported by their families, peers, and understanding lecturers. However, this study highlights the resilience alone is not sufficient. Meaningful human capital development requires continuous institutional support to ensure that higher education can truly promote equity, empowerment, and long-term social mobility.